everybody! Foley is back for more Alone in the Dark. So, now that we have defeated the curse that is Banish's Ghost of New Eden, we can get back to Alone in the Dark. So, the last stream of Alone in the Dark, I kind of rage quit from it because I was not having fun with the final boss. Final encounter, the final whatever you want to call it. So we're going straight back into that. Which I can't say I'm exactly thrilled about. We gotta get through it to get into the next playthrough, which we're gonna play as the other characters. So we're gonna get into this. I don't know if I should actually catch everybody up to speed on this, because we are gonna roll straight into a new playthrough. Anyway, we've come to Dorsetto Manor. Emily Hartwood's uncle had been committed there. It's somewhat a mental hospital kind of thing. As we got there, we transpired that maybe Hartwood, Jeremy Hartwood, may not have been as crazy as we thought. Maybe some actual crazy shit has been happening to everybody in this manor. And there may be some kind of conspiracy to bring back the birth of an old god or something like that. Anyway, as it turns out, yeah, that's true. An old god has gotten free. And now we're gonna go kill it with a shotgun. As you do. This is kind of dumb. Also another reason I don't like this last encounter, but here we are. So we're gonna jump into it as Ed. And I'm gonna have to remember the controls somewhat. And try to deal with this stupid fucking final boss that should not be appearing in this game, but here we are. Okay, let's make sure we're all stocked up. Okay, pistol loaded, shotgun is loaded, machine gun is loaded. I have a pickaxe as a weapon. Probably want a one-handed one because it's a bit faster. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly review the controls. There's a dodge button? What? Hold on, I've gotten through this whole game thinking there was no dodge button. Are you shitting me? There's a dodge button. Why does the game never mention this? Alright. My problems with melee combat are somewhat, not mitigated exactly, but if I had known there was a fucking dodge option. Hey, how you doing? I decided to hit it with the pistol at the end because I wanted to keep full ammo for this part.
Detective!
Oh, what the hell was that?
I tried to tell you.
Wow, look at that
There's
subtitle.
so much evidence. Their devotion to the Black Goat was like nothing I've ever seen before. I felt so dumb believing any of it, but I'm glad I did.
Are you okay?
No, you lobotomized him.
Everything is out of order. This isn't the way the story goes. I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
How are you doing, sweetie?
I kinda like it. You ruined everything, but I'm not mad.
All right, you ready to head back to New Orleans?
Come on, Jeremy. We're leaving.
Can I come?
I thought you said you didn't need saving.
Don't leave her. She's important.
Of course we're taking her with us.
Okay. Combat encounter was slightly less annoying than I was expecting. I still think it's shit, but at least it's not so shit. I can't believe there was been a dodge this whole time. I didn't know about it. So Desetter got burned down again. Like the fifth time the thing has been burnt down. Something ridiculous now. Okay, a game by Pieces. You did alright, Pieces. There's some stuff I didn't like, some stuff I did like. Your credits are done interestingly. It's got a weird scroll animation going on. It's like it's rotating. Interesting. Anyway, and I speed up the credits. Because we are going to look at these again after we play through with Emily, so... Anyway, I know, we'll let it play out. So... Yeah, I mean, I'd been dreading doing this fight because I was unaware of the dodge, basically. I figured that once I got swarmed by enemies, that was pretty much it. And that had been a real bone of contention with me with the game in the first place, was that they give you an option for melee combat, but it is kind of ineffectual because you get stun locked so badly. Now, I still say that's a bad thing, because that is still a thing that happens. And as you saw in the fight, it's still very easy to get stuck, getting brushed up against things. That's a very Stranger Things look there at the end. Maybe that has something to do with David Harbour, who knows. What else was I was going to say? It wasn't clear when I was getting hit in that fight, to be perfectly honest. Like, I could only really tell when it went black and white. It was the only time I was like, oh shit, I'm nearly dead. Up until then, I thought I was decent health. And I think I spent most of that fight at very low health, and I was actually unaware of it for the vast majority of the fight. There are some interesting throwbacks to the first game, and I have actually watched a Let's Play of the second game since. And the little girl character, Grace Saunders, is actually in that game, or is referenced in that game. I haven't fully watched the playthrough yet, so I'm not sure if she's actually in it or if it's just a reference to her in the game. But it's interesting that they brought part of Alone in the Dark 2 into the story as well. I'd be curious, if Alone in the Dark 3, there's references for that also in this game. I don't know. I don't think they went so far as to start referencing A New Nightmare and Inferno, and there's another one that I don't remember the name of. I don't think they quite went that far. At least I don't recognize any references to Inferno, and I played Inferno quite a lot. It's shit, but I played it quite a lot. I played it quite a lot. I don't know why. There was something about it I enjoyed. Its crafting system was really good. Its crafting system is good, and its fire propagation at the time were excellent. And even now, they're still excellent. But I feel like they tried to build a game around cool physics things instead of fun gameplay, which is kind of the issue. they went with this is a pretty cool physics system. Let's try to build a game around it, and instead, they kind of should have probably gone with let's just incorporate this physics system into an already existing good game, which isn't what happened. Anyway, we're not talking about that game right now. Critically, this game has not been particularly well received. It's sitting in the high 60s, low 70s, which is kind of death for... I mean, Alone in the Dark isn't exactly a new IP, but it gets rebooted so often that you could almost consider it that way. It doesn't have any long-lasting tropes or traits or, you know, iconic things from the series, stuff like that. You know, Resident Evil, even if you rebooted it, you could definitely tell something is things that it would definitely have to have to be considered, you know, a Resident Evil game. Whereas Alone in the Dark has a kind of a wishy-washy identity. This one is probably hewn the closest to the original. But even then, like, the original had not a whole lot going on with it. It itself was a big mashup of a lot of Lovecraftian and Chthonian and Eldritch stuff from, like, other authors. You know, it didn't have a huge identity all of its own, I guess is my point. Stuff like that would also be in the genre. Resident Evil very much has its own identity at this point, even though it started as a zombie haunted house thing. It's really just kind of taken off to be its own thing at this point. Silent Hill, in a lot of ways, was kind of somewhat copying Jacob's Ladder. Some people would say copying is generous. They're practically completely stealing the concept, but you know, it did have a lot of that in it, but I do feel it kind of has its own identity now. It's hard to say if Alone in the Dark really does. I'd argue it doesn't. It is still... Like, even looking at a lot of the set pieces that were in this game, a lot of them come from Lovecraft stories. The Aurora Borealis being a gateway for aliens, the eclipse over Egypt, that kind of thing, that ushered in the plagues and what have you. They're cool pieces. I wonder... You didn't do any of this segment. This looks like the trenches of World War I. We didn't do any of that. The Emily gets thrown in there? That's the only setting I didn't recognize. I would have liked them to have leaned a little bit more into New Orleans itself. You know, like we did jump around there a little bit with the cemetery was pretty cool. Like the New Orleans cemeteries are, I find that to be really interesting. I don't know. Aesthetically, it's weird to be aesthetically pleased by a cemetery. I don't know, but I find that really cool. I got weird. I went on a trip to Japan a few years ago, and they took us through a Buddhist cemetery. I thought it was really cool, and I got some weird looks from people. They were saying, "What was like a standout thing for you on the trip?" And I was like, "Yeah, the cemetery. I thought that was really cool." And they're like, "Huh?" What? I thought it looked really cool. What's wrong with me? Anyway, alright, that's it for Ed. We are going to move on to play as Emily now. I believe your collectibles carry over, but I don't think anything else does. And since we've now proved I can play through the whole game on standard difficulty, I'm going to start playing it on easy. The only difference between the two characters is the story. So let's just focus on the story, as it says. Don't give me any shit. And we're gonna go old school this time instead, just see what the difference is. For those who want to figure out everything for themselves, no extra systems to guide the player. I'm gonna go with that. So we'll see what the difference is. Delicious. As I said last time, this is sort of a riff on the opening to the original game. The original game, the frog jumps out in front of the car. It looks like it's going to get run over. It doesn't. I think that's meant to sort of give you an idea that this game is going to kind of
So, your
not
uncle,
go the way you think it is.
what's wrong with him?
And then this time, no, the
He's
frog
possessed.
again doesn't get killed by the car. He just gets eaten by an alligator instead.
Something like that.
So this ain't your dad's Alone in the Dark.
He says a dark man is following him, watching him at all times.
What do you make of it?
I think he's just
It's
racist.
nonsense, of course. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't bother me. You see, it runs in my family.
Possession?
Racism?
No, detective. Deteriorating melancholy. Practically every member of the Hartwood family is driven mad before they grow old.
But Jeremy didn't kill himself. Is that why he's at your setup?
Make sure he
Despite being
doesn't.
convinced that he is truly possessed, he decided to put his last chips on Dr. Gray and his psychoanalysis, figuring he might stumble upon some cure.
You mentioned the letter.
I received a disturbing letter from Jeremy accusing the staff and all the other patients of being involved in some cult.
But
And now they're
as it
also
turns out,
him.
they were.
Could it be real? Or is it all just in his head?
It's a story he tells himself, Mr. Carnby. Anything to avoid the truth.
Which is?
That we're all terribly insignificant. That people mean so very little to one another. That there is no one out to get Jeremy Hartwood because he isn't worth getting.
Here we are.
Is that nihilism? I feel like that's nihilism. Always wondered why there weren't any windows
My uncle's not well, Mr.
on these
Carnby.
old-timey cars.
I want
Like,
to make sure he's all right.
why wouldn't people just be cold
what's my
all
part
the
in this?
fucking time?
You couldn't get a cab?
I guess they don't go fast enough
I
for it to be an
just-
issue.
Wouldn't feel safe going alone. Did you bring a gun?
Yeah. You think it'll actually come to that?
No. But you might need to wave it around depending on how agreeable the staff will be.
What exactly are we gonna do when we find Jeremy?
I don't know.
Get caught up in some
Let's just
zany
find him
hijinks.
first.
Okay, so we played as Edward Carnby, David Harbour last time. Play as Emily this time. As far as I understand it, it plays out pretty much the exact same. It's just the dialogue that's a little bit different. And if that's the case, I kind of feel like Emily makes more sense as the main character. She's the one who slowly goes, kind of goes in on the whole psychosis thing and, thinks maybe this stuff is really happening or maybe she's going insane and it's already in her family. I feel like that makes sense. Whereas if Edward Carnby is the secondary character who's, finding evidence of all this stuff and trying to be the rational one and so on, I think that kind of fits with the detective side. No, I think it fits more that Emily is the main character. Which would actually be a big change for the series. 'Cause Edward Carnby was the poster child for the game. Like, even the first game had them both.
Hello?
It's
Had
so
them both
quiet.
playable. It's
Where is
Alone in the Dark
everyone?
2 is only
It's a big
Edward.
place.
I think 3 as well is only
Maybe
Edward.
on the other side of the house.
Stay here.
Alone in the Dark
have a
Inferno,
look.
also Edward Carnby. It is in fact the same Edward Carnby who has somehow lived for hundreds of years at that point. Yeah, it is going to be much the same. You might recall when we played as Edward, it was Edward who went in here to check around. I get some of it doesn't quite make sense. We still have objectives even in old school. I would have thought to be honest, I would have thought old school would be literally, we are not going to help you at all. We're not even going to give you objectives. Just figure it out.
What's this?
How has she got it on? Like, Edward at least kind of made sense. He has it taped or whatever, rung through his gun bra thing. This really does just look like it's stuck on her jacket. I can't tell how this would be clasped on. Anyway. What else do you keep in your garden box? Here's the cat. I'm assuming it's a cat anyway, you never get to see it.
Well, I don't think I'll be able to get in there.
Get in there, yes. And the ladder that appears here later hasn't shown up yet. Pose puzzle at some point. Well, there it
This
is.
must be older than Derceto. They've built the house around it.
There it is, the final boss. We just end things right now, set it on fire. And I did point it out the first time, not knowing that, you know, there was a thing in the tree. But you can hear whispers when you come back here. Or not. Is it just Edward who could hear the whispers? That's okay. I'll have to recheck the VOD then on that. Like just hearing things? Somebody whispering to me?
I'll just take this.
Who's... Does have a gun. Oh, she has a semi-auto, semi-automatic actually. She can reload faster than Ed. Well, you would assume she can reload faster. It wouldn't surprise me if it has the same length of time for the animation.
Every day your silence weighs a little heavier. It's been a difficult year for everyone, and many have lost all hope. I read in the papers about people suffering. Pictures of dust-covered landscapes without a drop of water. I wish I knew if you were still tending the earth, or if you had turned your back against us. I have started to look for help elsewhere. I pray you will tell me if I am going down a path that you find disagreeable.
Wondering if
With help from
God
Baptiste
and or
Charlotte,
Jesus would
I
find it
found
disagreeable
comfort
that you're
in the
going
practice
after
of the voodoo.
the
I
black
have
goat
long been
cult.
skeptical of that Caribbean cult, but it's been of good use to me. It seems all harmless in my book. I say some words dreamt up by the Creoles, and I carry around a small pocket of gree-gree. Nothing of this is mentioned in the Bible, of course, but the French Quarter priestess tells me it's all connected. She says the Christian God is just one more perspective on the creator of things. That's what I like to think, but the other way around, that the spirits of her faith are just aspects of you, our Heavenly Father. I am so grateful for the words you gave Mr. Hartwood. We will sing your praises at St. John's Eve. The world will be blessed soon again. Only the sacrifices of the Old Testament compare to your demands. Let it be the truth. A mother of earth, wood, and dirt. A mother of 1,000 young.
Sacred sand, $1. Black cat oil, $1.50. Devil shoestrings, a quarter. That makes $2.75, madame.
What was that you were telling the doctor? A goat without horns. What does that mean?
Ah, you must have misheard me, madame. I said no such thing.
Please, I know I don't look like any of you.
Talking too much now. Okay. What do you think devil's shoestrings are? Actually, what do you think any of these things are? The icebox. Hooch. More hooch. Dead things. More dead things. Yeah, so there were collectibles here before, but we collected them as Edward, so they're gone. Okay, yeah, had to put her hand on the thing. Neat. Some intern spent ages making that work. Okay, we're fucking rolling in ammo. I don't think we got this much ammo on the standard difficult.
I need the key.
Okay, how much ammo are we sitting on now? Too much? Not sure what the cap is. Wasn't paying attention to Edward's one. Assume Edward's was some multiple of 6, and I assume hers is going to be some multiple of 7. Sabotage.
Please do not touch the boiler. It is working after all. While the sabotage has caused a leak, only the decorative plate has been completely ruined. Let's wait for Mr. Chance to turn up and he can take a look at the leak.
It's Yuri Lowenthal.
Mr. Waits.
Yuri Lowenthal, aka Peter Parker. Spider-Man from the PlayStation 5 for Spider-Mans.
That doesn't look safe.
Emily also seems to be a lot shorter than Edward. I mean, these doors have ridiculous proportions as it is. Like, the handle is practically chest. Like, it's insane.
Now what's this?
Sunday, June 22nd. I spent all day looking for Jeremy. I should have cared for the others, but I'm scared that he will do something irreversible. Cassandra is upset that I didn't give her the latest shipment of pain medication that Waits brought from the post office yesterday. I would have given it to her, but the company didn't send a new key this time around, so the box is just sitting there on my desk. They must have figured we had plenty of their gimmicky keys by now. I only remember seeing one lately. Grace was playing with it inside the grand parlor. Unless it turns up by itself, it will have to wait.
Playing with a key.
I have to figure out where Jeremy is. I think Jack knew something. That dog of his found a strange rot permeating the house. She's showing us, he said. Like those blots and streaks of fetid rot was talking to him.
Well, as it turns out, the black mold have actually been showing us the way. Okay, so annoyingly, the orderly's room is going to stay pink because the health item is still in there. Pick it up. Means we can't say for definite that there's nothing in.
I need the key.
Okay, last time I went straight to let Ed in. This time we're gonna go here. Check around first. Then we'll go let him in. Miss anything.
The Great Depression. President Hoover raises tariffs on
President
over
Hoover
20,000
raises
imported
tariffs
goods
on over
in an act to
20,000
protect
imported goods.
American labor. Following the collapse of the Wall Street stock market on October 24 last year, American industry has suffered greatly. Thousands of companies have gone bankrupt and left a large part of the American workforce unemployed. In an attempt to turn the tide, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act has been signed by President Herbert Hoover.
How
By
did that work
regulating commerce with foreign countries, the government hopes to encourage the industries of the United States to compete with cheap foreign imports. Superstition on rise. New Orleans voodoo stores and spiritual mediums see increased profit during troubled times. While the market has faced hard times ever since Black Thursday of last year, voodoo doctors and
Black
snake
Thursday?
charmers see
Is that
significant
anything like Black
rise
Friday?
in number of customers. With the coming
Thursday is
Eve of St.
specifically
John
for
on the
voodoo.
23rd, the police expect increased cult activity around Bayou St. John, the southern shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Voodoo rituals in that area on the eve of St. John have a long tradition reaching back to the first snake worshippers brought as slaves from West Africa. During the 19th century, its practice was popularized by the legendary Marie Laveau and has since been embraced by many of the Creoles and the surviving aristocracy of the French Quarter. Author seeks asylum. Rumors regarding author Cassandra Beauregard making Derceto her home verified. Derceto Hospital is an old plantation building on the eastern shores of Lake Pontchartrain. While often
Why are
considered
you
an
saying it
asylum
that
for
way?
the
It's
insane,
Pontchartrain.
presiding Dr. Elmore Lee Gray prefers to think of it as a convalescent home, a place where you can go to rest. The patient list is kept secret, but thought to include many of the black sheep of wealthy families, because at Derceto, treatment does not come for free. Local author Cassandra Beauregard has now been confirmed by her own admission. She's been lauded as a powerful Creole voice and written many successful books. Lately it was reported from Hollywood that she has finished a moving picture manuscript titled Slaughter Gulch. That film is set to hit the theaters next year.
I don't know. I think he could have done a better old-timey voice. I could have done a better old-timey voice.
I need the key.
Key and... No, actually allowed in here. Not that one. Okay, as far as I'm allowed to go. Okay, so we missed that newspaper, I think, as it. I don't remember. Oh, if it was a stupid old-timey voice, I definitely remember.
Wait, don't. No.
Excuse me? Do you know where I can find Jeremy Hartwood?
Of course not.
McCarthy, what are you doing? I told you not to lose sight of the girl.
Don't you worry, Mags. I'll find that little rascal.
Who are you people? What are you doing here?
You
I'm
people.
sorry about all this, but I'm looking for my uncle. His name is Jeremy Hartwood.
What are you doing, child? You shouldn't be alone. Go find McCarthy.
Who are you? Are you here for the Fay Dodo?
Go upstairs now.
My name is Emily Hartwood. I'm the niece of Jeremy Hartwood. This is Detective Carnby.
The police? Why are you here?
Private detective.
No, I'm a private investigator. Sorry to bother you. My client's worried about her uncle. He's a patient here at Derceto. If you don't mind, could you direct us where to find him?
No, I can't. Jeremy has gone missing. If you leave your information, I will make sure to contact you.
Wait, he ran away?
No, he won't leave the house. He's around here somewhere, and both of our orderlies are looking for him.
House
That's
can be that
unacceptable.
fucking big.
Where's Dr. Gray? I want to speak with him immediately.
Fine, I'll ask him. Wait here and don't touch anything.
Touch everything. Especially the bear.
Do you want to see Jeremy's room?
Can you show us?
Follow me.
Okay, this is different.
Thank you. Strange kid.
Let's look around, see what we can find.
Okay, I mean, it got us to the same place, but the scene played out. Sting? Finish the game a lot faster if we could get into this thing. Okay. Puzzle. These four.
What kind of stuff are we looking for? I've never been part of an investigation before.
Letters, diaries, receipts, all sorts of notes.
They have to be file type thing.
I've read about police analyzing teeth marks and blood samples and fingerprints to find criminals. Is that something you can do?
No, that sounds more like the way the Bureau of Investigation does things. But, you know, if you do find teeth or blood, it's still worth mentioning.
Teeth or blood or semen.
We should talk to Dr. Gray when we're done here. He is the one who runs the hospital. He must know something about what's happened.
Yeah, I just want to get a feel of what we're dealing with here first.
Of course.
Okay, you know, I wasn't expecting there to be exhaustible dialogue. I figured it would be repeated.
Every night the dark man stands open.
I'm not reading this whole thing because it goes on forever. But the Dark Man, he shows me things. He keeps following me. I find my way to some different places. Escape him. Here's some puzzle solutions.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Some pretty good cloth physics.
Looks like a
actually. No, I see.
talisman.
You mean like this one?
Can you find me a knife to cut the canvas? I want to take this with me.
You want to take the painting? Sure, I'll find one.
Don't have one? I mean, it's a really good painting. Especially if you were trying to take a painting of, or do a painting of Willem Dafoe.
I found this tube as well. Should keep it safe for you. Do you want to carry it, or should I? Miss Hartwood? Emily?
I'll take it. Thank you.
We're done here, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do any of this.
Listen, I think we should talk to Dr. Gray. He must know something about what's going on around here.
Okay. Let's do that.
Come on, I don't want to be here all night.
Detective Carnby? Where did...
Good trick.
What on earth is happening? What is this place?
New Orleans? No? Don't you live? Don't you live here? I'll give you a clue. Live there. Yeah, again, this is playing out much the same. Actually, interestingly, this skull back in Derceto doesn't have its jaw. It does have a jaw here. This, I think, is all the same. I think the painting is the same. Like, everything else is, it's just the skull. That's weird. I don't think we pop back out in Jeremy's room, though. So, I have to confirm that there isn't. That the skull doesn't have a jaw, but I don't think it had a jaw. Now full on La Pistole.
What the hell was that thing?
She does reload a lot faster. $21 might be the cap then? Ready for him this time. He got the jump on me last time we played it. Also, I think it was 4 revolver shots it took to take him down last time.
This can't be.
to sprint. Want to take in the atmosphere. Johnny the Conqueror. Whoa!
Emily, is that you?
Baptiste?
How'd you get here?
I was back at Derceto. Looking for my Uncle Jeremy?
Jeremy's your uncle. I didn't know.
Why would you? You're still working at Derceto?
Yeah, both me and Lotta stuck around. We're real orderlies now. You remember my sister Lotta, don't you?
What happened, Baptiste? How are we here?
Okay, so they actually know each other?
About the dark man haunting your uncle?
I'm familiar with his mental state.
I think we all in his head somehow. Because these streets are real, but they're not like on any map. Nah, this is like when you remember something, but in the wrong way.
Do you know how to get back to Derceto? I'm not safe here.
Truer words have yet been spoken, Mrs. Marcus.
Don't call me that. It's Miss Emily Hartwood. There's no reason to call me anything else.
I'm sorry, Miss Emily. I'm just trying to tell you like it is. This place ain't safe for no one. There's evil hiding in the dark.
How do I get back?
Only Jeremy knows how. He has this juju necklace guiding him.
You mean this talisman?
Mm-hmm. Just like it. He says it's been protecting him ever since he got it from Miss Jackson down the street.
You know where it came from? Have you been there?
I was there no more than 1 hour ago looking for Jeremy. Locked it up to keep the ghouls from getting inside. You can have the key if you want.
Thank you. I'll take a look.
Why did you have the key to somebody else's shop? So Emily was married? Is married? Was married? Baptiste knows her somehow.
Are you staying here?
For a while. Want to see if Jeremy shows up.
Your sister. She also works at Derceto?
Yeah, she the one who got us jobs.
Be careful, okay?
You said it, miss.
I can't, okay. I can't the way we came in. State of the
what's this?
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. It's ever even worth it bothering to get that pipe. Just gonna spawn an enemy. I had a feeling he saw me. I better not bum rush me again like you did last time. Just thinking about it. Balls. Game hasn't mentioned anything about dodging. Said anything about it yet. Or if it has, it has been in extremely small letters.
This must be Miss Jackson's place. Let's see if we can find out more about Jeremy's talisman. It looks exactly like Jeremy's talisman.
It is Jeremy's talisman. Engagement. When I get back, John Marcus, 1980. Never got back. Yeah, 1918 would have been World War I, all right.
When I get back, John Marcus, 1918.
Dearest Emily, Deseto is the prey of evil, and now they're all in on it. The staff and all the patients are nothing more than a mindless cult set to awaken the bayou. I see now that it was wrong of me to try to survive the madness of the Dark Man. You will also learn that soon enough. Every hour that passes where I deny him his right to my sanity makes it worse for the people I care about. He perfectly staged his world in order to conduct my fall. And I have to fall, Emily. Stay away, my dearest niece. Stay as far away from Deseto as you can. Someday you may understand what I've done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hartwood.
surprised that she decided to follow him now. Talisman with a black sunstone, an ancient navigational.
Talisman with black sunstone. An ancient navigational tool found inside a cheniere along the Bayou Tonk. The old grave was uncovered by oil riggers and said to have unleashed a vagabond devil that massacred its finders.
3 numbers are needed to span a bridge between escapes of dream and memory, according to Stern. Not where I want to be, but it's a start. 3, 5, 8.
Nothing else in here. Why is the voodoo lady from Monkey Island in this?
I think it's meant to hold the talisman. I'm not sure what numbers I should use. Maybe there's something in Jeremy's notes.
What are you telling me? You're not supposed to be telling me. I can't tell which number I'm on. Am I supposed to know which number it's actually lined up? No? No. Okay, there's an arrow on the bottom. I'm gonna use that as the lineup. Then there's an arrow in the middle of the big plate, so use that to line up. Sorry. Okay, it's the other way around. This is meant to be an 8. This is 3.
What's that picture in the glass? Where is that?
Okay, so there's your old school modern change. The modern one literally told you or showed you what the numbers were.
Good to see you again, Miss Hartwood. Mrs. Thompson told me you were here. She also alerted me that you brought a detective with you. I'm very curious to hear what this is all about. You don't remember me, do you, Miss Hartwood? We met at your family's house in the Garden District, when your uncle was about to be admitted under my care.
No, I remember. Sorry. I'm not really feeling well.
Oh, well, in that case, have a seat. Let me make you a drink. I don't seem to have made much of an impression on you. On the other hand, I can vividly recall you and your parents.
Because of our cheerful disposition, I'm sure.
You are far too intelligent to think that. You come from a joyless family, Miss Hartwood. The only amusement I took from my visit was discovering that the young lady's drink was an old-fashioned.
Very astute. Is that supposed to make you seem attentive or intelligent?
Yes.
Whatever you prefer. Are you ready to tell me why you are here, Miss Hartwood? And why you brought a detective?
I received a letter from my uncle. He seems certain that he was in danger here. If I find out you're treating him badly, I'll be taking him back with me to New Orleans.
Really? Is he going to live with you in your tiny garçonniere? That would be a spectacular way to ratify your spinsterhood. Because you are well aware that your father would never let him back in his house. No, I have it. Maybe you can bring him back up north. You've been wanting to move back for quite a few years, haven't you? You always preferred your mother's side of the family. Jeremy is free to leave with you. I won't object. However, there is one problem, as you might have learned. He is, in fact, missing.
He's even creepier in Emily's story.
Do you know where he could have gone?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I have my staff looking for him. I'm sure he will show up eventually. Especially if he learns that you are here. He is quite fond of you.
What can you tell me about his condition? I never heard a proper diagnosis. What is your medical opinion of him?
Well, let me think. He is an anxious man, depressed, even. He suffers from a perceived lack of order in his inner and outer life.
He's not
He
taking
constantly
the training.
complains about events not presenting themselves according to their divine nature.
And the Dark Man?
Hard to tell if it was ever anything specific. Jeremy uses the Dark Man as a psychological scapegoat
Can you not
to avoid
stand
facing
this
the
close to me?
truth that he is in any way at fault.
You don't think there can be any truth to the Dark Man's supernatural existence?
Why would you ask that?
Because I'm crazy.
Can we ever be sure?
If the Dark Man is some sort of evil presence that is in possession of Jeremy,
Well,
I assure you, any evidence that you experience supporting that claim is purely delusional. Don't get caught up in mass hysteria,
You
Miss
don't.
Hardwood.
You do not need this
You wouldn't
alcohol.
want to take your uncle
You've had too much.
in this hospital, would you?
I'll be leaving now, Doctor. I need to keep looking for my uncle.
Do so, Miss Hartwood. I'll let you know if he shows up.
Yeah, he's way creepier in Emily's story.
Detective Carnby! God, I'm glad to see you. I was afraid you had left.
Me? You're the one who just disappeared.
It's hard to explain. I think I blacked out. It was like I went somewhere else.
It's okay, miss. You're clearly upset.
No, I don't know what's happening.
This is a very stressful situation for you, I understand.
Ugh, no, you don't understand.
Just take a deep breath. Why don't you sit down, smoke some of the Perique? If you want, I could even drive you back to New Orleans.
Smoke a
I
bowl.
just want to have a talk with Dr. Gray first.
I want to stay. I found a talisman just like the one in the painting. I think I might be able to figure out where Tarawea is, where Jeremy wanted to go.
That's great. Just stay out of trouble, okay? Let me handle the investigation.
I'm not crazy, Detective. Not yet.
Okay, catch you later.
If a talisman like this can open up doors between the French Quarter and Derceto, then maybe Jeremy is hiding in some strange other world, like Tarawea, the place he mentioned in the book. No matter where he is, it's clear that my search won't be limited to Derceto.
No, 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 no. Damn it.
I need the key.
Saw your notice in the boiler room. You should know Mr. Chance won't be coming back. I got no business being in there myself, but you can take a valve from the wine cellar if you want to try to stop the steam pouring out. Be careful.
Dr. Elmore Lee Gray is Desetto's chief doctor.
Paul Waits, administrative clerk. Magdalene Thompson, housekeeper. That's the one who was given the shit when we walked in. Jean-Baptiste Tabois, orderly. Big dude we saw in that flashback. I don't know what you want to call it. Charlotte Tabois. Lottie. It's the nurse. We haven't met her yet. We've been in her room. Jack Chance, gardener, who won't be coming back for reasons that will... He's dead. Anyway, bedrooms. Malcolm McCarthy. Again, the guy we met when we walked in first. Ruth Talent. The sexy blonde who definitely survived the last fight thing. Didn't die. Definitely didn't die. 3, empty room. 4, Jeremy Hartwood. 5, Jean-Baptiste Tabois. Staff. Live on site. Elizabeth Perosi. We haven't met yet. Grace Saunders is the little girl. Cassandra Beauregard is the author from the newspaper article. And Charlotte Tabois, staff. Lottie's room. You have 2 rooms? Or is number 9 just separate from everywhere else? One, two, 1, 2, and 3. Then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have the orderly one at the top there. That's Lottie's room. 7 and 8.
Despite.
Oh, Grace and Cassandra. Oh yeah, they live on the eastern side. They're 7 and 8. Wasn't looking. So 7 and 8 are apart from each other, and 9 is also apart from. Strange. But I guess this place wasn't always it wasn't set up to be a mental health hospital. Just a house. Patient files. Sandra, Grace, Malcolm. Missing Jeremy's.
Interesting. It's all the patient files except for Jeremy's. Looks sturdy. Doubt I'll be opening this.
It'll be quite a while before we get around to opening that safe.
I need the key.
What's up, buddy?
What's that stain? Looks like some kind of rot. This must be the clock mentioned in the Commonplace book. This looks like the thing that held the talisman in the French Quarter, but it's broken and missing some pieces. I need the key.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that was locked. Able to get in there before. Jeremy's room.
Jeremy's room. All back to normal.
Oh, we can confirm the skull. Look, it doesn't have a jaw. It has a jaw in the other world. It doesn't have a jaw here. Why? What's the meaning?
Foley's here.
Look like everything else is the same. It's just that skull. Why? Why does that skull not have a jaw? Why does it have a jaw in the other one? Batiste's room. It's got thriving male living space going on.
What a strange but beautiful room.
Yeah, the bed in the middle of the room is weird. Like, yeah, it should be fine. Like, why wouldn't you? But it's still weird that you wouldn't have the bed against a wall somewhere. Like, one side of it at least.
Are these zodiac signs?
Yes, they are.
Will I need to remember how to get them out again? They are locked up for good reason. I am sure she is still able to whisper the answer in the ears of the wrong people. But not for long. I will see her burned soon enough. That black goat will be sacrificed to put an end to it all. Then it will all be over. No more Derceto, and sadly, no Astarte. Those good pirates of Pontchartrain. May you still sail the lake, until you find the shores of Hali.
The Astarte artist colony. I'm pretty sure they had a Mardi Gras crew called the Pirates of Pontchartrain when I was a child.
Okay, so nobody can say the name of the lake properly. Got it.
There's some aggressive-looking rot on these paintings.
I did it! I crossed the thresholds to my intended destination without a focusing device. My talisman now knows these roads, and I have no need for the plates. I can find my way to Lafayette as easy as I find my own room. I visited the grave of my father and seen the oven waiting for me. Thank you for opening these doors. I now must summon my courage and go back to that hateful mound outside the oil rig. I hope you'll be feeling better when I return. Jeremy.
Okay, so this is Elisabetta's room. You read in her patient file, she thinks she's the same Elisabetta Parodi from the Pirates of Pontchartrain. I think she's number 7 down there at the bottom. It's potential that she actually is, even though she should be dead. She'd be very, very dead at this point. Okay, so we gotta join up the rot. We're wrong. William Argus, Franklin Mosig, Nora Keith. Already fucking forgot. William Argus, Franklin Mosig, Nora Keith. William Argus is 2. Franklin is a 1, apparently. 9. And Nora Keith is 4. 2, 9, 4. 294 in the astrologic table. Pisces, Libra, Taurus. Not Pisces.
Ah, here we go.
The music. Enjoying it. Can't flip those anymore. That's what happened to the music. Ew. Gross. I don't want to be here anymore. Ugh. Get away. Okay, I think we're alright.
Everything's back to normal.
I'm still missing a piece. There.
Good evening, Miss Hartwood. That is your name, isn't it? I would be terribly embarrassed if it wasn't.
You're right. Emily Hartwood, Jeremy's niece. Nice to meet you.
Ruth Talon.
What a very interesting clock we have here.
Is that Perique you're smoking? How terribly quaint.
Maybe so, but I like it.
Would you care to share some? That smell is making me feel very nostalgic.
It's Perique, not tobacco. It's a type of tobacco. Say it from Louisiana, okay, that makes sense. Strong, powerful, fruity aroma.
Is it all that you hope for?
I enjoy your light mockery, Miss Hartwood. I can tell we would make great friends.
How flattering. Too bad you're locked up in this place.
Your insincerity is really refreshing. I wish you were mad as I am, then you could stay.
Give it a few years and I might just be. Lunacy is one of my family's few privileges.
Oh, good. I'll be looking forward to it.
You don't know anything about what happened to Jeremy, do you?
Everyone here is really strange, and it's hard to know what to make of anything you hear. Occasionally, it sounds quite exciting, though. Good versus evil and all that. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have anything useful to share.
It doesn't matter. Thank you for the much-needed break.
Bon voyage.
So when Edward stumbles on her in his story, he has a cigarette? She can somewhat make the inference that bumped into Emily at some point during that story as well?
Lost Plantation.
Nope. Lost Plantations of Louisiana just talks about Derceto and how it used to be a plantation, and when they came here to rescue slaves or free the slaves that were here, they actually fought back against the Union. They had gone a bit crazy. The place is crazy. Wink.
Now this'll come in handy.
Got it. So, because again, we had already picked up all of the collectibles required for the shotgun, it's just available now. Somebody was playing solitaire. I think they got stuck.
It's wet shut.
That way, so.
I don't understand what's happening.
Anyway, we're out. Be the whisper start now? Okay, never mind. I feel like I've made it up now. What you doing, Miss Thompson?
What are you doing sneaking around? You almost scared me to death.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't sneaking.
I didn't mean to disturb your
I was
ritual.
being quite loud, honestly.
I wouldn't have guessed voodoo was in practice at a place like this.
The doctor may be all about science, but I know these roots have power.
Do you know what's going on here? I have a feeling Derceto is cursed.
Cursed.
There are several players with stakes in this game. Derceto isn't cursed or blessed. It's a battleground. And it would all be a lot better if you could get your uncle out sooner than later.
That's all I'm trying to do.
I wish you the best of luck, Miss Harwood. I really mean that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to look after my gumbo.
Did she ever finish her cigarettes? It's like the whole thing was left. Okay, so you buried the cat. I think it was a cat.
It worked. Ah, what's this?
Why would you be surprised that a bolt cutter's cut a bolt? Why would you be like, it worked? What it's supposed to. Hang on. Start the water first. Thought you buried the cat. Okay.
What's that? There we go.
I mean, I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like it wouldn't fill up that fast, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, we can't get into the boiler room right now. There's something in the conservatory. There might be a document on this side. Be able to finish the... Wait. Ah, how is my map of no use here? Huh? That was weird. All parlor has an item in it. Might just be that wedge. I don't think so. Okay, if it does, it's doing a very good job hiding. Root's gone? Is she really gone though? She's not just invisible like she was last time. Okay, I think she really is gone this time.
It's blocked.
She locked the door behind her! Honestly, I think the hatchet's better. Okay.
Okay, that wasn't so bad.
I remembered there was a drink in there. I mean, there's still whatever's in that box. No, so I imagine that's what's keeping that.
I think I've seen this somewhere.
Oh. Trying to figure out the order here.
There was something in Jeremy's notebook about this.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that the book doesn't actually. It's upside down.
Did it break? The clock just stopped.
It stopped at 3, 4, 6.
Hmm.
6 is the big one. 4 was the middle one. 3 was the small one.
It's showing me something. That's just the hallway outside Jeremy's room, isn't it? did it. I opened up another dream.
Gross, 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 gross. Report.
May 1920.
Everything's fine until somebody showed up. Hartwood shows up, and then everything goes to shit.
Huh. I need the key.
Okay, I think this was when the game introduced stealth mechanics. Can't say I was mad about. We are playing it on the easier difficulty, so I'm probably not going to bother with the stealth. We'll see.
Locked.
Oh wait, this door I came. Didn't know you could do that. Now you could shoulder the door open. Hey buddy. What you doing out there? Alright, you have fun out there.
Here we go.
See the pipe, I don't want it.
It worked.
Fine. It's just the chain settling or something. Some of these areas are gonna have, you know, dead ends, and it looks like there's no reason for them to be there. It's probably because there was a collectible there in the last playthrough, and I've already picked it up. Discarded pallet. The Heartwood Curse. Okay. Get any of this. Good objective. Yeah, I pointed this one out last time. This is stuff from the original game. Still have no idea what the box is. Objective. So there are multiple endings to the game, and I think that's what the secret objective stuff is.
Ooh, what's this?
That hurt. Okay. So what you're saying is, as long as I don't go on the mud, I'm fine. If I do go on the mud, run quickly. Or just shoot it until it dies. That probably works too. Let's stick with my hatchet. It's got a sharp bit on it. I think that's better than a blunt bit. Oh shit. Sticking with the hatchet. Don't want to waste my hatchet on the gate. Crap.
I can break this, I just need something to hit it with.
That not count now? I don't think this is very fair. Let me swap controller. Go away. Ugh. Alright, fuck it, I'm wasting the hatchet. Hey, buddy. We're gonna check in here again. Don't think there was anything other than collectibles in this building before. That's it. Is there a guy in here the first playthrough? Okay, maybe not. So 20 is the pistol cap. 27, I suppose, or way you want to look at it. Nothing in here?
Damn it, there has to be a way to get to the other side. Just walking back and forth. Fuck off. Yeah. Don't look down, Emily.
Nailed it. Squelch, squelch, squelch.
How is that?
Hey. I think one of the endings has you fighting that thing instead. But again, I don't know how necessarily how to trigger them, so.
It's the hateful mound Jeremy mentioned in his book. Jeremy, you dropped your...
Mrs. Marcus?
Get off of me!
What are you doing here?
Trying to find my uncle.
Jeremy is your uncle?
Could you please?
What are you gonna stab me with?
Thank you. And it's Miss Hartwood.
You don't remember me?
I remember you, Mr. Bois. I met your brother Baptiste earlier.
I suppose he hadn't found Jeremy either then.
He's awfully
He spread out
nonchalant
to
about
find him.
hanging out with a
Can I
skeleton.
have this? I'm trying to get to Tarawea.
Fine, believe the rest. I just want Jeremy to come looking. We have to leave before it comes inside.
What? Where?
Come quick.
Crap. A throne of bones.
Oh, god damn my soul.
Right.
I'm back at Dorsetto.
Palette knife. And a book. Reflections on the power of the verbs in certain texts.
Reflections on the power of...
Shush. Something about divine path and straying from it. The important part is Joan Louise Jorge is the writer. That's the important bit.
It's wedged shut. It worked.
The Barlow lens.
I'm gonna skip most of these documents because we have read the vast majority of them all.
I don't have everything I need.
So we need the Barlow lens, as you refers to in that document. It's basically an aftermarket lens you can attach to telescopes that increase its magnification. Just looked at the map now. Okay, we still can't get into Dr. Gray's office. We don't know the solution to the clerk's office safe yet. So I'm curious if you can just open it if you already know. Like, I don't remember it, but I'm curious if it actually changes or if you already know it. Can you just open it? Jeremy, the steamer trunk. We can't get into it. I think we're heading into...
You know, Mr. Waits, I saw a piece.
Yeah, nah, that's Grace just saying that she knows where one of these pieces is. Locked. Don't even get the put a key in prompt, it's just locked. In fact, I don't think you can ever get back to the garage and the kitchen area.
I guess this works too.
Want the shovel? We need to rock that guy. He went whoom. He nearly hit his head off the ground. He recoiled so hard on that.
Jeremy?
Looking everywhere for you, Chief.
What the hell is that? What? There was a dead body in here. Did I just
Imagine that?
imagine that? It's another one of those plates for the talisman. It's also broken and missing some pieces.
Okay. He's still missing. We have the key to the sitting room. Need to remember where that is. Yes. Going this way. Oh, I can now because I have the
It's
pallet.
wet shut. It worked.
He's gonna unbar this door. Not tell you to open it, I just wanted to unbar it. This is where we met Ruth as Edward. Obviously, we've already met Ruth as Emily. Just gonna make our way up the stairwell areas. The reason we certain everywhere is locked right now. We don't even get an option to go in there. Something made a weird noise also when we got there. That's blue. This last time we played as Edward, the map stayed pink at the very bottom of the stairwell, and I could not find an item for the life of me. Oh, you can't even get down there yet, actually.
I need the key.
Great, I love that song. Play it again. Play it again, Sam. I'm surprised it actually plays anything, even if it is out of tune.
Do you teach piano as well?
Annie.
You're a governess. Did you teach those cloying Casino kids how to play the piano?
How do you know about that?
Just because grown-ups don't notice children doesn't mean we don't notice you.
Yes. I taught them some piano.
Are you any good at it?
Not good enough to play a broken one.
It fell from the attic. Brought half the ceiling down.
Fuck, who the fuck put a grand piano in the
Jeremy's
attic?
fault, wasn't it?
Nobody knows what happened, but you're not wrong.
Personal space, kid. Okay, personal space, kid. Ah!
What are you doing?
Ah, that was right in the ass.
I'm gonna go now. See you around.
Hold on now, you just stabbed me with a fucking syringe. Get back here. What was in it? And nothing is also bad, by the way. Go. I don't know where it's gone. We need that. Or maybe we.
Ugh.
Ugh.
There's more of that unsettling rot.
On the commonplace of evil, there lies virtue and stark irreverence, careless thoughts of luminous indifference.
Everything is horrible. One bar that door. That takes us back to the. Oh, right. It takes us there. Okay. I've actually done a circle. Anyway, fine. Okay, this area is still pink. Something else to pick up other than the syringe I got stabbed with. Nothing. Love it. That was it. Blocked on the inside. Okay, so we can drop into Lottie's room to get this medicine, even though we don't know what it's for yet, technically. We are gonna need it soon. Dr. Jenkins's lozenges.
Come on, Grace. I'm too tired for games. I'll even let you play with my jackknife.
Gross. That better not be your dick.
Good evening. You haven't seen a little girl by any chance, have you?
I don't think so.
You would have known if you did.
We just did. She stabbed us with a syringe, Emily.
She's not in her room then?
That would be a first. Always running around causing trouble. She's very hard to pin down, that one. You want a sip?
I'm good, thank you.
Well, I should be going then. Unless there's anything you need from me.
Very much
I just want to find my uncle before anything happens to him.
Oh, don't worry, miss. He'll show up. He is much too lily-livered to kill himself.
Why would he?
Thanks.
It's his greatest ambition, didn't you know? Take care now.
There's something missing. So this is Grace's room. Cute.
That?
Don't you worry, Grace. Go play your game, bleat and bellow with the others. I won't be jealous. There will be more masquerades. However, I would love it if you would finish my mask for the feast. With love, Ruth.
I think the bleat and bellow makes a bit more sense now. They are worshipping the black goat. Okay, we had that one already. Looks like it is always there. Sandra's room?
This must be the great Cassandra Beauregard's room. I'm not sure what I expected. Maybe something more extravagant?
We want that, though. It looks like I can get my hands just through the glass. Can I just pick it up? Got it, Emily. You got it right now. Just grab it. Come on. Just do it.
Miss Beauregard.
Just telling you about where the medicine is. There's the one in Lottie's room that we've already collected. So let's go get it.
What's that?
Two, five,
Let's write this down.
257 in the zodiac chart is Pisces, 5 Gemini, 7 Pisces, Gemini.
I think I've seen this somewhere.
Right, last piece. Back down to the boiler room. Check this toilet first. Might have something out. The sitting room still has something, but that's because it's locked behind. Locked behind globe. I'm gonna go unbolt actually that door to the mezzanine. 257. Okay, this must be 2. This must be 7. Or, no, I have 257 sit here. This must be 7. This must be 2. No? Okay, not that. 275. No. 527. No. 572. Or none of those?
The talisman is showing another room.
Did it end up
Something is
being
open.
579 and it ended up being what? Where did that come from? Okay. Why was it 579? Well, whatever.
It worked. I'm in another one of Jeremy's dreams.
What was it 57? Okay. Don't know. If I had gone the other way around the one of the circles, I wouldn't have discovered it was 579. I would have been there for ages trying to figure it out.
It's been a while since I visited the family tomb. I hope it's in a better state than the real world.
Algernon Lyle, Part 12. Family tomb. The concept. there to punish me for looking for secrets.
What's this? What's that for? There we go.
Sledge. I'd love a sledge, but I'm still gonna keep the hatchet. Of course. Fuck it, I'm going back to get the ammo.
This is the chapel in Jeremy's book. It looks like I need more medallions to open it. Fuck's sake. Excuse to use it. That guy just came running right at me. How was I supposed to stealth past him? We bother. It's only the section when we end up going to Chicago or whatever it was that stealth didn't really work out because you got swarmed by enemies anyway at the end. Come on. You can do it.
no reason to come back here. Other than to waste a shotgun shell. Not even a collectible, that's a bit disappointing. Alright, well, remember this section. You do get swarmed by enemies when we come out of one of these locations.
Yeah.
Swap to pistol since we're maxing out on it. Okay. This one that had the bullets on it? Or the pistol bullets? I maxed on shotgun shells anyway, and I didn't take a hit, so I don't have to go back to that little alcove area. I think this is where we took our first death with Edward. Bonesies? that dodge made it way easier. I'm really annoyed that I didn't know it was a thing. It still hasn't told us that the dodge is a thing.
There we go.
I made it out.
It's weird they have this whole section back here. Doesn't seem to factor into the story at all. Yeah, we have Cassandra here.
Oh God.
Like that, like... I don't understand why they don't have any, like, any part of the game makes mention of it. It is a very strange... I don't know. Even an Easter egg, really. It's like a... lore thing, I guess? You didn't come this way, and there's nothing to even suggest you would want to go. Everything points you to go that direction. We'd just be like, where's Cassandra? What happened to her? Oh, see now. Bottom right actually tells you why it was 579. No? Doesn't? Tells you why Virgo is in 5-9. Anyway. There is... and goat.
Emily, is that you?
Jeremy.
What are you doing here?
But you sounded so miserable in your letter. I've come to take you away from here.
I can't believe I made such a foolish mistake. All I wanted was for you to stay away.
What do you mean?
Probably shouldn't have sent a letter at all then.
A pact to keep New Orleans safe with my own life as tribute.
The Dark Man isn't real, Jeremy. There's nothing he can do to hurt you.
How do you think any of this is happening? How do you still not trust my words?
Fine. Then let me help.
Don't be foolish. He will bury you next to me in his sunken temple for an eternity.
I don't care. I'll find a way. I have my own talisman, and I know about Tarawea.
Oh, wait, don't speak.
Who's in here? Show yourself.
Oh, yes.
He took your grandfather.
No, I mean it. Who's in here? I can feel someone's in here.
What's up? For a dark man, you're quite bright.
Tarawea. Why do you want to go there, Jeremy?
Okay, not gonna mention the corpse.
I've seen so many strange...
Memories explode, existence. We've read this already. He's nowhere and absolutely. He's, everything's such. Thinking maybe she knew how to get away from the Dark Man and something find me in Tarawea.
I need to find out more about Jeremy's pact with the Dark Man. He meant to go to Tarawea. Maybe there is something there that would help. She was beautiful. I wonder what happened to her.
We still don't know. Like, I thought maybe in Emily's scenario we might learn more about what happens to these people, but nope. Like, it does add a bit, I guess, to the mystery and kind of keeping you off kilter that the Lovecraftian kind of stuff does. Cthulhu-y things. You're not sure why anything is happening, kind of thing.
It's a telescope lens. Well, why would he lock it in here?
Sitting room is still because of the globe. Drawing room is where we're going now. Can't get in. Okay, it's on the way. It's bricking again. I'm not seeing it. Nope. Game being buggy.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, what's going on? It's entering the numbers by itself? Okay, great, so where is that?
Pretty sure it's the dining room.
I need the key.
So I gotta come at it from the other way.
Ah, here we go.
You should not have come, Emily.
How do you know my name? Have we met?
In a manner of speaking. As a manifestation of Yermi's deepest desires, I am to you unfamiliar. Yet I know of you.
Are you Jeremy? Is that what you're saying?
I am only his subconscious thoughts. I cannot speak for his totality.
How come you have a Spanish accent? And what is this place?
Jeremy is how
this
you say.
Tarawea?
This is indeed the fabled convent of Tarawea, where Yermi goes to find peace during his sessions with Dr. Gray.
It's all fantasy then.
Based on the things he has read and seen.
And that includes you.
Yes. My name is Juan Luis Jorge. Yermi once read a book of mine. It stuck with him.
Can you help me break the pact with the Dark Man so we can leave Dorsetto?
Yermi doesn't want you to. He wants to honor his word to the Dark Man.
Why? What's the point? I don't understand what the pact is for.
The people of Dorsetto are calling upon evil to enter this world. Your uncle offered his soul to the Dark Man to contain this disaster.
What? No, that doesn't make any sense.
The pact will be fulfilled at dawn. As the sun rises, Yermi will forever be entombed in his sunken desert temple. As promised, the Dark Man shall quarantine and starve the evil inside Dorsetto.
What about all the patients and the staff?
They will not stand a chance.
That's unacceptable. How could Jeremy agree to this?
Desperation, of course. Yermi did not choose martyrdom lightly.
Well, nothing is lost yet. I'm sure I can find a way to break the pact and save Jeremy. And hopefully the people at Dorsetto. What even is this evil you're talking about?
I don't know much. I think some nightmarish entity from the bayou.
I'll just have to deal with that later. First, I have to get Jeremy out of his deal.
I will just deal with this elder god later.
What? Did you run out of arguments?
You're actually quite inspiring, Miss Emily. If we put Jeremy's feelings aside, I would have to say I agree with you.
Really?
You might just be able to save the old man from himself. I think you should take a look in the convent library. Try to find the truth about Jeremy's relationship with the Dark Man.
Okay.
You should know that you won't be alone in those grand halls. The Dark Man has been reading those books for years.
He's here?
You'll have to be very careful.
Of course. I can be careful.
Good luck, Miss Emily.
What is the Dark Man, do you know?
The Black Sun. The stalker among the stars. The crawling chaos. No. Neither I nor Jeremy knows what he truly is.
I'm worried this is how it starts. That this is just madness enveloping me.
I'm sorry. There is no compelling answer I can give you to dispel such doubts.
Well, I've put this off long enough. Take care, Juan.
You too, Miss Emily. I will cross my fingers and hope for the best.
Okay, do it then. Waiting. Maybe he's crossing his toes. You remember that this section has that kind of annoying chase sequence with the Dark Man that I did not understand how to progress it. Still don't really understand how to progress it.
There's something missing.
This guy's still perving on the other one.
The great library was endless.
Yada yada yada. There is a suspended room. Contains what we're looking for. did one of the more annoying video game logic things. We're not allowed to just jump this gap.
Yeah. What's this?
Checkers. It's a collectible in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the Dank Man. This is what I'm talking about. I don't know what to do here. Seems like he's stuck though, so that's kind of funny. Now he's back again, like. There's no fucking way past them. even sure if you're just meant to... Are you meant to try to lead him away? Wrong foot him? What? Run, Emily, run. Fuck! I'm stuck. Definitely lost him. Where could she be? Okay. But yeah, I think it's... I guess I was trying to just avoid him entirely, but I guess what you are meant to do is run past him. Don't get too close. I like the idea of taking, you know, that it requires you to take them. I don't like that. Do take damage going past him. Don't take much. It's worse the closer you are to him.
It was in the hot autumn that I went through the night with the restless crowds. He was a kind of itinerant showman who held forth in public halls and aroused widespread fear. The New Orleans address of the event is lost, but I remember distinctly the Prext shipping company pressing their contribution.
Emily!
Hey, buddy.
Please, no.
I hope you found what you were looking for, Emily. I fear there is no going back.
He's in my head, Juan. His breath replacing mine.
You should not have come, Emily.
Well, if it isn't my new best friend. Come, join me for some giggle water.
Ruth?
Oh, Miss Hotwood, don't tell me you've been out swinging without me.
Ruth, what is this place? Where are we?
Have you never been to the Maccabean before? Goodness me. Tell me, Miss Hotwood, have you ever considered going out for an evening?
Absolutely not. Well, no, I considered it and dismissed it
Oh, who
immediately.
can tell anymore? I just went inside the grand parlor and suddenly here I am.
The grand parlor? Can I get back to Derceto from here?
Are you sure you want to? We could stay here and drink the night away. How about a gin fizz?
If this is New Orleans, maybe I should go further.
Orleans.
Find that magic show the book was talking about. But there was no address, just Preg's Shipping Company.
Oh, is this about where Jeremy met the Dark Man?
How do you know about that?
Jeremy talked a lot about the Dark Man. I always felt a bit envious.
How so?
If an all-powerful entity showed me any interest, I'd at least hear him out. I'm sure he has plenty to offer.
I don't think you'd want that, Ruth. We're too sweet for such darkness.
Oh, please. What kind of blue nose do you take me for? I relish the darkness. I think it suits me.
You don't happen to know how to find the Preg's Shipping Company, do you?
Of course. Their office is just over there.
That's a good trick.
Whoa, what happened?
You just got lucky. A bientôt, Mademoiselle Emily.
Hey, do you know where my uncle is?
No, but I bet you're close.
Cigarette's gone. I had this one on.
It was in the hot autumn that I went through the night with the restless crowds to witness the enigmatic Black Pharaoh. He was a kind of itinerant showman who held forth in public halls and aroused widespread fear wherever he performed. It was the sort of thrills my father sought out, especially if there was a promise of electrical trickery. The Nolan's address of the event is lost, but I remember distinctly the Preg's Shipping Company pressing their contribution in the morning papers. There were rumors of an Egyptian sarcophagus being a part of the act, something which kept me wondering how they had carried that up the seemingly endless stairs. The details of the showman's performance have almost been entirely replaced by dread. The kind that numbs and hides the terror of something unbearable. What is certain is that ever since that night, I can't remember a single day passing without seeing or sensing the presence of a dark man.
A dark man, as opposed to the dark man? Okay, so...
Preg's Shipping Company. According to the book in the Great Library, they assisted a showman performing somewhere in New Orleans. It's somehow connected to Jeremy's introduction to the Dark Man. I'm sure I can find the address inside.
Right. Anyway, for all that.
It's locked from the other side.
Didn't even check. Anyway. Edward doesn't get that book because the Dark Man steals it from him. So that's, again, another thing that we wouldn't have been able to read. Preg's Shipping Company, Import-Export. We are hiring longshoremen. We need you with strong arms and back. Responsibilities, load and unload ships. Working day starts at 4 fucking a.m. Paid $2 a day. Crane operator. Requirements, some experience with claw cranes. Not drunk. Working day starts 4 a.m. Pay $3.50 a day. I need about $3.50. Want the job? Contact Mason Johnson. Yellow Brick Building, Port of Nolans. They all say the same thing. Required them to all paste them in one spot for some reason. That's just somebody who was told to go out and paste those posters up. He just went, yeah, fuck it. You didn't tell me where to paste them. I'm just going to post them. Not only am I not going to paste them in different places, I'm going to paste them at the place of business. Lads. I believe it was these guys where it really didn't make a difference if you had caught them. They caught you anyway. I'm gonna carry this hatchet the whole way through the game. Well, I'm gonna try to anyway. Look, dickhead. Oh. Just gonna nail the other guy with this. You really should be able to just pick this stuff up, but whatever. I mean, like, take it with you, I guess is what I mean. I'm sure there are more closer to the guy, but whatever. I saw one, I'm taking it with me. Oh, that worked out.
There has to be another way inside.
Sewer entrance.
There's a way through the sewers.
More Molotovs. I think this is health, actually, not Molotov. Get your ass with this. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, all fucked up. Fucking noise of it made me jump. This? That's all that's in here? So that guy just spawns there. Like, he wasn't there before stealthing about the place. So even if you do, you know, successfully stealth past all these guys, he'll be there and he will cause a ruckus. You'll probably have to shoot him. And then what's the point? end up raising the alarm again. Bunch of assholes trudging their way up here again. We'll see. We'll see what changes now for the different difficulty settings. Again, if it's another like 3 guys just come waddling their way up there, it's a bit bullshit.
All done.
Nope, still 3. Does look like fire is way more effective on them though, on the easier difficulty. This guy is back somehow, okay. And again, it seems like they all respawned. I don't know. What's the point in stealthing through this section?
Yeah.
As I recall, this guy didn't actually have anything down here, but don't want him following me. Yep. Those fucking things. Oh well. I waited too long. Or not waited, I moved forward too far. There's a brick back there. I could have thrown it in there. He would have gone in there. I would have been fine.
All right. I made it inside the warehouse. Now let's find that address.
know why I keep picking these things up. It's gonna be better than the hatchet. Has a sharp bit. What's gonna be better than that? Yeah, big fire axe, maybe.
This is getting ridiculous. I mean, I'm not complaining.
Sounds like you are. A Thomas gun.
Our ship was raided while in dock. All of his things were recovered, but blood was shed.
What is left?
Several
Later is
men were
right.
carried into
Hell's
the
back
Mississippi
again.
River.
Again, in modern guidance, the what is left, later is right, and so on are highlighted. In old school, they're not. 4 left, 5 right.
Gotta go manifest.
Liberty of the Black Pharaoh, care of Gallatin Street 13. That's where
This is it.
not before we
The
get
address
attacked.
to the
A
theater
lot.
where Jeremy first met the Dark Man.
I mean, we did just get a new gun, so we gotta use it, you know? Mate. Oh, that worked real well. It works so well that this fire is going to take a while to go out. Look over here. So this is not entirely black the whole time. If I don't look at it, it'll despawn faster. Going. Very slowly going. There we go.
Looks like the fog cleared up.
Don't remember if there's anything other than collectibles in this area. Health, by the looks of things. I think that had a collectible in it. Pull up on Drank. Going. Still going. This is what he was talking about. How did they carry the sarcophagus up all these fucking stairs? With great grumbling, I would imagine.
You shouldn't have come.
Don't say that.
People
You
keep
needed my help.
people keep telling me that.
All I wanted was to keep people away from Desetto. Especially you, Emily. You're the only one in the family who forgave me for choosing old age over death.
Father still cares for you? He is paying for your treatment at Derceto.
To get rid of me! That's the only reason anyone's at Derceto. Someone in the family thought you were becoming an embarrassment.
Help me get you out of this mess, Jeremy. I want to take you away.
Your father would send me right back.
There is that.
What if I take you up north, to Kingsport? I know Mother still has family up there. I've been thinking about going for a while now.
I haven't been to Massachusetts in years. I still paint from memory, you know? That old lighthouse makes for a great motif. Your father and I would go almost every summer. Then when our great-uncle died, we stopped going back.
What is there to be done about the Dark Man? He's the one holding you back, right? You feel like you can't leave without paying your debt to him.
The Dark Man has been with me since I was 12 years old.
What does he want from you? About 350.
He was standing right on that stage right over there. For a brief moment, his gaze held mine. And that was it. I recognized him for what he was. The Heartwood curse embodied in flesh. I thought it was my turn. But I was only there to be mocked. Instead, his attention moved on to my father sitting next to me. I turned to him and saw his face. The whitest shade of pale I've ever seen. He bit off his tongue that night and suffocated.
Jesus Christ.
What can be done, Jeremy? Please.
There's a way. 2 ways to be exact. One worse than the other. A written contract now buried inside his sunken temple.
Don't you remember what it said?
I don't want to.
Try, Jeremy. What did the contract say?
No, we can't. We can't let New Orleans suffer that blight. I have to make this sacrifice.
What are you talking about? Is this the thing from the bayou? Juan said something.
Hey.
Okay, so there is a way to break the pact at least. Hidden somewhere inside the Dark Man's temple. I just need to find it. Somehow.
Virgo, Gemini, Pisces. Okay, so this isn't what I was. Yeah, I still don't know where we got the solution for this one from. Virgo, Gemini. Virgo is 9. Gemini is Pisces. Fuck that up. Pisces is 2, Gemini is 5. Oh, Virgo is 8. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty cool.
Oh.
Contact lambda. I have to be explicitly looking at it. Okay, here's our sunken temple of the Dark Man. But he has helpfully already broken in. Brendan Fraser, maybe. Just need to find a safe way down.
I need to get down there somehow.
It is quite a
The Temple of Nephra.
This explains who's there, who's in the temple, what it's all about. Read it in the last. We read it in Edward's playthrough. Teleport out of existence.
Okay, you can do this, Emily.
Oh, good. Glad the rope fucking fell down with us. That's great.
It's the constellation Taurus. The big star is Aldebaran. It's something to do with the Dark Man.
You just know that. Cool. I mean, did it matter that the rope fell down? We couldn't reach it anyway. She had to drop to get down here. It's not like she could have reached the rope in the first place.
I've seen this in a dream, but as a shallow pit of darkness. This is definitely where the contract is hidden, but how do I get to it?
What's up, buddy? Okay. We are going to call it here, though, for today on the stream, and we'll get back to this next time. Right, so that's continuing our coverage of Alone in the Dark, but it's going to be it for me for today. We've already finished it with Edward on standard difficulty. We just finished it earlier in the stream, where I discovered you could actually dodge. The whole time, I didn't know you could dodge in the fucking game, and well, now I do. It has made combat so much easier, knowing that I can dodge out of the way when I need to. Anyway, we'll get back and probably finish Emily's playthrough of Alone in the Dark on Tuesday. Tomorrow, Sunday stream, we will have the weekly news recap around midday. My time, Irish time. UTC +1. Irish summertime, British summertime, whatever time you want to look at it. Where we'll talk about any new updates in the video game industry, any new games announced, games that have been delayed, new releases, stuff coming to Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, that kind of thing, as well as the best/worst part of the stream, the industry bullshit section, where we talk about how the industry is the worst part of video games. Anyway, all of that to look forward to tomorrow. As I said, Tuesday, Alone in the Dark. Wednesday, there probably won't be a stream. Thursday, I don't know yet what we're going to stream. Haven't decided. And then Friday and Saturday, we'll probably start Final Fantasy IV. I'll get back to my Final Fantasy series playthrough, so we'll probably do that. But that will all be finalized tomorrow at the channel update part of the weekly news recap. Anyway, thanks for keeping me company this evening. If you want to catch up on the previous entries in my Alone in the Dark series, you can find all of them over on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/doomtrain5. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can watch all of these live on Twitch, twitch.tv/doomtrain5. Right, I'm going to head off. Have a good rest of your evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow for the weekly news recap. Bye-bye.